What's up, boxing fans? It's your boy. Third episode of the 13th round with Freddylokz, and let's get right into it. This last weekend we had KESSLER, unanimous decision over rugged, tough LIBRADO ANDRADE. And I called it. I said he's a boxer puncher, and if he's smart enough, he'll stay on the outside and just tag LIBRADO all night, and that's exactly what he did. The first round was interesting though, because LIBRADO was getting in on him. He was getting in on him, and he did land some clean shots. And I was really surprised on how quick KESSLER adapted and just totally dominated after that. I mean, it was a good fight because Andrade is tough. But as far as punch for punch goes, I mean, KESSLER pretty much dominated. I want to thank Andrade for giving us what he gave us throughout those 12 rounds. Wow, I haven't seen a chin like that in a while, and he did take some punishment, and he does have what it takes to make more exciting fights and possibly win them. One I would like to see is LIBRADO Andrade versus Jeff Lacy, and the one we cannot keep avoiding is MIKKEL KESSLER versus Joe CALZAGHE. After CALZAGHE's done with Manfredo, if he wins, because I don't think it's going to be that easy, but if he wins, there's no other fight that could be made out there. I mean, there isn't. You know, the boxing world needs this fight, and let's hope it gets done as soon as possible because we need it. Dalvin Rodriguez would tattoo Jesse Feliciano for 7 rounds, only to get stopped in the 8th round, which goes to show you, if you're a brawler, puncher, and the fans love you, that's good. But always have a plan B and learn how to save your energy and learn how to box from the outside a bit more, because it will catch up to you once you start going up in competition. Okay, remember that. That's very important for every boxer to learn. Dimitri Salita decisions Grover Wiley. One fight that I'm interested in seeing is Chavez Jr. versus Dimitri Salita. I think that would answer a lot of questions that we have about each of those fighters. You know, I want to see that fight pretty soon already because they're both undefeated, they're both welterweights, and they both seem to like to want it. You know, I've heard Salita mention Chavez a couple times. Chavez Jr. after his last fight mentioned Salita, so that'd be a good fight to look forward to later on this year. And some good news is Victor Burgos is finally out of the intensive care unit. You know, he's doing good. He's doing great after that Darchinyan fight. He had us pretty scared because he was doing pretty bad, and now he's out. He's healthy. Let's wish him the best, and I really hope he hangs the gloves up and focuses on something else in his life, because it can get pretty dangerous in this sport, and he needs to make the right decision now, because I don't want it to be too late when something worse happens, and we know we don't need that in boxing right now. We really, not now, not never, you know. So I'm glad he's out. I'm glad he's doing good. Another thing, Freddylokz, he was kind enough to let the boxing world in on Oscar's camp, and he said it's going great. He said Oscar's like weighing 156 already, which is great. I mean, that's like 2 pounds. He's 2 pounds away from the limit, and the fight's over a month away. So we know he's preparing pretty good, and we'll see what he brings to us come May 5th. Let's hope it's a great fight. Let's hope that we all get to see what we're gonna pay for, because it's gonna be pretty pricey. Okay, go. You know, the other day I was listening to Bob Arum. He was speaking on how Golden Boy is trying to sue Manny Pacquiao, and how Golden Boy makes millions, and yet they still want to sue Manny Pacquiao, who's making, you know, nothing close to what Oscar makes. And that's good, Bob Arum. You have a lot of good points, but you're doing the same exact thing to Antonio Margarito. You know, let's not sit there and try to candy coat what we're doing, and at the same time trying to blemish what Oscar's doing. You know, personally, I think you're both wrong. You know, let the boxing fans see what the boxing fans want to see, and you guys stick to promoting the fight. You know, all this tug of war needs to stop. It's messing up the sport, and both of you are 2 of the biggest names in the sport right now, and I really think that needs to stop if we really want to see the sport progress how it used to be, before. We also had Sergio Mora speaking on why he backed out of the Jermaine Taylor fight, and even though it was a good reason, I mean, to me that was BS. I mean, how are you going to be scared to go to a champion's backyard? I mean, boxing is not all about your zero on your record. I mean, look at what Manfredo did. He went to your backyard, and many say he won the fight. And look at him now. He's fighting for a world title, you know. So don't be scared to lose that 0. Let the fans be the judge. Go on with your fight, and don't let what happened happen. You're about to fight for an undisputed title, and you backed out because of where it was at. I mean, to me, that's pretty childish, and it shows me that you just don't have what it takes, you know. And maybe skill wise you do, but your mentality right now I think is a big weak. I think you're still on the contender high, but this is boxing, and the reality is Jermaine Taylor is the champ, and if you're gonna take it from him, what better than to take it in his backyard? And it's not even really his backyard. It was just a couple of miles away, and you were still scared to make the fight happen. So come on, Sergio. We want to see you back in action, but let's do what it takes. Let's do what it takes, and let's do it right. Eric Morales is after his 4th title in his 4th weight division. He's gonna chase I believe it's David Diaz, and if he's successful, he's gonna be the only Mexican to hold a title in 4 different divisions. So I want to see how that plays out. I want to see how the rankings will be after that and where people will place him, because that seems to be pretty interesting at 135. We've seen it at 135 before, but I mean, that fight was bad. It was Zahir Rahim. It was, I mean, that was as far as style matchups, it was bad. It was bad, and I don't want to see that happen. I want to see it happen with someone we know would give him a good fight back, and not just tag and move around. Even though Zahir did a good job, I don't want to see that happen again, you know. Let's go into questions. We have Junior Santana again. He's asking me, what do you think about Vic Darchinyan? And what I think about Vic Darchinyan is what I thought about Prince Nazim before. You know, he brought a lot of attention and a lot of money into the 126-pound division. I think Vic could do the same thing for the 115, 118-pound divisions, because he has what it takes. He has that star power. He has a weird style, but he cracks. You know, he's looking to hurt his opponents, and that's what the boxing fans want to see. You know, not seriously hurt, you know, like Victor Burgos, but they want to see that type of action. They want to see that the little guys could hold their weight and go punch for 12 rounds. Okay. Another question, we have Kirk over at Eastside Boxing asking, Freddy, what do you think will happen if Arturo Gatti and Julio Cesar Chavez meet? And the reason he's asking me is because this fight is actually in talks right now. It's in talks, and they might do it in September. Now, what I think will happen is I don't think Gatti could hang with the young cats anymore, and Julio seems to be improving every single fight. I mean, he's just getting better, and he seems more powerful. Like, his body doesn't even seem like a little stick anymore. He's getting muscles, and he's really hurting his opponents now with one shot, you know. And we've seen Gatti get manhandled by Baldomir, and I know styles make fights, but Baldomir's slow. He ain't that powerful, and we seen what he did to Gatti with his pressure. Chavez has the pressure, Chavez has the height, Chavez has the power. So I think Chavez is gonna take him out, and I'd rather see Gatti and there was somebody else in a winnable fight, you know. So let's go into people that have been supporting me since my first show. Eastside Boxing, GlovesUp.com. I want to thank you guys for supporting me and posting up my videos and allowing everybody to go into the websites and see the show and comment on them. It's been great having you on behind my back. It's been really great. And don't forget to get your Hatton vs. Castillo tickets that are now on sale. If you're going to be in the Las Vegas area within a month or so, don't forget to get it. This fight has Fight of the Year written all over it, and I believe about 8,000 tickets have already been sold in England, you know, so it's going to be a pretty hyped up crowd too. You know, we're going to have the Mexicans, and we're going to have people from England there, and it's going to be there's going to be beer there, you know that. But I think it's going to be a good fight, and they're already showing each other a lot of respect, you know, which leads up to great fights. You know, it doesn't always have to be about trash talking or none of that, you know. Let's hope this fight it lives up to be what it's supposed to be, you know. Let's hope that these guys come in with their A game, in shape, and ready to let the leather fly. And without, the third episode is done. Once again, I want to thank everybody. I'm out. Peace.